Anthony Cowan Jr. and Maryland get ready for life after Melo Trimble. New York-Maryland coach Mark Turgeon and point guard Anthony Cowan Jr. sat with their backs to each other at separate tables during Big Ten Media Day inside Madison Square Garden, their voices overlapping for nearly an hour Thursday morning. "Most of my questions today are about Melo," Turgeon said at one point. "How will we replace Melo?" Cowan was just an earshot away and could relate, because most of the questions sent his way were also about Melo Trimble, the former Maryland guard who turned pro last spring after serving for 3 seasons as the face of a basketball renaissance in College Park. Trimble's final season at Maryland was hit or miss, but it was his mentorship of Cowan that helped spawn the new undisputed leader of the Terrapins. Cowan gladly accepts that role. While he doesn't need to lean on Trimble so much anymore, he still regularly texts his old teammate. Earlier this week, before Trimble was cut by the Minnesota Timberwolves, Cowan reached out to ask Trimble about the differences between college and professional basketball. At Big Ten Basketball Media Day, Rick Pitino's shadow looms largest over his son. "Melo is somebody I look up to. Just what he did at Maryland, that's something that I hopefully can do also," Cowan said. "I just want to ask him, whatever he did, I want to do the same." Their conversations are more about life than basketball at this point, and Cowan spent part of Thursday explaining that he has never felt caught in Trimble's shadow on the court. He handled most of the point guard duties as a freshman a year ago, averaging 10.3 points and 3.7 assists, which allowed Trimble to play more off the ball. But it was still a major transition for Cowan, who after starring as a scorer at St. John's, D.C., in high school was all of a sudden forced to defer on the offensive end during his first year of college. In a league stacked with talented guards, Cowan made his mark more as a rookie was on the defensive end. "He's a quick jitterbug. I thought he was a pretty good defender as a freshman last year. As he continues to get older, I think that's something he will really excel at," Northwestern guard Bryant McIntosh said. "He's going to be the guy running the team now. Everyone is going to be looking toward him." Maryland add Kevin Anderson to go on sabbatical. Trimble ran 71% of the team's pick and rolls last season, according to Turgeon, and it was clear by the end of the year that Cowan was not fully comfortable looking for his shot on the perimeter. Alongside Trimble, Maryland had also found viable scoring production from freshmen Justin Jackson and Kevin Huerter, which left Cowan grappling with his role as a scorer. That spurred change over the summer. Cowan vowed to transform back into the scorer he once was in high school. He took hundreds of three-pointers every day. Cowan shot 42.9% from the field last year but just 32.1% from beyond the arc, and he joined the Kenner League to sharpen his game against older professional and college players. He also changed back to his old high school uniform number 1. Anything to help solidify his mindset. "Last year, he was really good, but he had no idea what he was doing," Turgeon said. "This year, he's really good, and he has a total understanding of what is expected of him and what is expected of the team," said Cowan, "just trying to get back to my scoring ways and just get my confidence up." Turgeon's ball screen-heavy offense will be much more balanced this season, he promised, and will feature Cowan as a point guard with a scoring mentality. Trimble went through long stretches of his career struggling with the same issue, going back and forth between his role as a shooter and a facilitator. Turgeon will need more scoring out of Cowan this year. While Huerter will be able to play more at the shooting guard position, Maryland doesn't have the deepest stable of guards. It will rely on redshirt junior Dion Wiley, who has dealt with lingering injuries over the past 2 seasons, as well as true freshman Darryl Morsell, who has yet to play in a college game. "I don't want anyone to ever compare Cowan to Melo, because he's different than Melo. He's more point guard than Melo. Melo was 6'3", dynamic scorer. But I think the whole team will step out of his shadow," Turgeon said. "Melo earned that. He was a terrific player. He changed everything for our program. But I think our whole program will come out of that this year, especially Anthony. Read more on Maryland. Athletic Director Kevin Anderson to go on sabbatical. I'm not thinking about Maryland, Ewing in no rush to renew Georgetown-Maryland rivalry. Takeaways from Maryland's non-conference schedule. Terps get a pair of commitments from the Mitchell